So we're going to begin today with Kapalabhati breath. It's actually an amazing breath that detoxes and cleanses out the whole of the system, as well as beginning to bring awareness into your center and your Uddiyana Bandha through the pull back of the belly button into spine. So I'm going to show you and talk you through one round of this breath. Okay, it's going to be 10 breaths just for this one round. And then I want you to practice either at your own speed or you can follow along with me. We're going to do 5 rounds of 50 breaths. Okay, so it's quite a lot, but actually as you pick up speed with this breath, it goes quite quickly and you'll really feel the activation in your belly through doing it. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate one for those that aren't aware of how to perform a Kapalabhati breath. So we're going to start with a deep inhale, and then through the exhale I'm going to take a short sharp exhalation through my nose like this. Okay, and as I do that I'm going to pull my belly button back and into spine. So I'm hollowing out my abdomen. I'm really pulling back. This will aid that short sharp exhalation. Okay, now what will happen is if you pull that belly button back, when you release the belly, the inhalation will be a natural process, and then straight away you think about exhaling and pulling that belly back once more. So it becomes a series of pulses with the belly, with the stomach muscles. Okay, so I'm going to show you once. I'm going to demonstrate this once for you. So I'm going to take a deep inhale and then exhale. So that was 2 10-breath rounds. Okay, I took the speed quite slow to begin with so that I could really feel the activation behind my stomach. As you get more used to this method of breathing, you can also begin to pick the speed up, so you can do it a little bit faster. So we could go Okay, so the faster you go and the longer you do this breath for, the more you'll feel the belly working, and on top of that, the more you'll be aware of how much air you have coming out and how much airflow you actually have within your body. So we're going to do this. We're going to do 5 rounds of 50 breaths. Okay, if you're taking a slower speed, you can lessen the number of breaths per round. I just want you to really feel a strong knowledge of your center. Okay, because this is going to be crucial for the work that we're going to do today. Okay, hands on the knees, deep inhale, exhale. And then just return to your normal breath. Become aware of the energy and the vibrancy within your belly right now. And then slowly open the eyes. Nice. So you should feel quite a bit of activation happening in your stomach or in your abdomen after that, okay? It's a really great breath, and I can't recommend practicing it either daily or at least a couple of times a week. From here, I want you to take your block, and we're going to make our way down onto our backs. So I'm going to start this practice with our physical asana with some reclined core work. So with arm balancing, it is crucial that you really have a strong connection to your deep core. This is what makes the arm balance light. It's what engages and lifts your legs or your lower body away from your arms rather than collapsing down, okay? It's really good for stabilizing everything within an arm balance. So we're going to take ourselves down, and from here we're going to lie down, bring the knees up over the feet up into the air, and we're going to take the legs to a 90-degree angle. We're going to take the block and place it in between the legs, and then pop the arms down and next to your body. From here, we're going to take a deep inhale, and we're going to exhale, squeeze the block with our knees and pull our belly button down into chest. Inhale, squeeze. Inhale, exhale. Really feel that belly pull down. Inhale, exhale. From here, keeping that strong activation with the low belly and with the legs, I want us to inhale, and exhale. We're now going to reach the arms up and forward, and we're going to hold here, inhaling and exhaling. Keep those legs pulling in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, lift a little bit higher, and one last time, exhale, release it down. Good. From here, place the legs down and just gently remove the block and windmill the legs from side to side. So you can really feel that strong engagement into the low belly. From here, we're going to do the same thing, but this time without the block. We're going to think about drawing the knees down and into chest as you reach your arms up, okay? So we're almost going to be taking a Bakasana crow pose, but lying on our backs. So from here, we're going to inhale, raise the legs up and into chest. Exhale, reach those arms up, and draw those knees into the armpits. We're going to hold here. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Pull that belly button down. Inhale. Exhale, curl. Really start to round through the back. Pull yourself off the floor. Inhale and release down. Good. So again, you should really start to feel that belly start to work. We're going to do that once more. And this time you can either take it with the knees bent, or if you prefer, we're going to start. So we're going to take that once more. Inhale. Pull the knees in. Exhale, reach up. Inhale. Exhale, really draw the knees into nose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep holding. And release it down. Really nice. So we're going to now do the same thing, but we're going to take what will look like a side crow. Okay? So from here, we're going to curl the knees in, and I want you to slowly drop them across to your right hand side to about 45 degrees. Okay? So we don't want them to come all the way down. We just want them, remove that block, we just want them to be at about a 45-degree angle away from the mat or the floor. From here, we're going to take our arms and we're going to reach them towards our left, so in the opposite direction to our legs. But again, we want to try and aim to get our elbows or our arms as close to those legs as possible. Okay? So we're really still curling in and engaging through the side and the obliques. Okay? Holding here, inhale. Exhale, reach. Inhale. Exhale. Keep holding. Pull the body up. Pull the legs in. Pulling. Engaging. Really nice. A few more times. And then one more breath. Inhale. And release it down. Nice. I'm going to do the other side. So drop the knees down to the left. Strong inhale. Exhale, reach the arms to the right. Holding here. Keep that belly button pulling down and in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep scooping up through the belly. Inhale. Exhale. I sometimes forget how long I hold these for, so I'm sorry if we're doing it a bit longer, but it's good for you. Inhale. Last time. Exhale. My counting has never been great. Okay, so we're going to do that once more on each side. Now you can stay with that variation, or if you would prefer, I'm going to demonstrate a slightly more advanced variation with us straightening the legs. Okay, so we're going to drop the legs down to the right. Inhale. We're going to exhale, lift up the body. Now you can stay here if you'd like, or you can begin to lengthen out the right leg towards the front of the mat and straighten out that left leg. So now we're in almost like an Ekapada Kundanyasana EPK variation 1. Okay, holding here. Inhale. Exhale. So this could be quite wobbly and you might start to fall or roll onto your side. So really try and pull that belly button in, squeeze in with the arms and the legs, holding here. Keep breathing. One more deep inhale, lift as high as you can, and then release it down. Really nice. Your core should really be on fire right now. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So from here, make sure you've got space on your left-hand side. I'm going to drop the knees down, inhaling, and then exhale, reach the arms up. From here, we're going to extend those legs. Inhale. Keep pulling that belly button in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5.
and release. Nice. Again, just take the arms either side and just windmill those legs out. Good. So we just have one more. Nice reclined core work. I know, but your belly or your stomach will thank you for this, I promise you. So from here, we're now going to take a similar thing to what we did with our first exercise. But this time we're going to straighten the legs up and we're going to spread them so they're in a slightly narrow-ish V, okay? So we're not allowing them to drop down in completely reclined. We're keeping them nice and engaged and lifted. From here, we're going to inhale. We're going to exhale, pull the belly button down and reach the arms through the legs. From here, you're going to draw those legs back as much as you can and reach your body up as much as you can. And we're going to hold. So you're now imagining you're in a reclined Titibhasana. Okay, this is your reclined firefly. And we're just going to hold here. Inhaling and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Squeeze the arms with the legs a little bit. Inhale and release. Really good. Nice. From here, I want you to take your right foot and just place it over your left leg. I'm just going to ease out that hip a little bit. And then do the same with the left leg. Good. And from here, we're just going to draw the knees into chest. I'm going to gently start to rock. Just rock backwards and forwards over the spine and come to a seated position. Good. So we're going to continue this core work now, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to do it now seated on our bum. So this is going to be slightly more challenging than doing it reclined, because reclined we have gravity helping us pull the legs down, okay? Yes, we are reaching up with the arms, but it's the compression between the legs and the belly which is quite difficult, okay? This deep core and the use of the hip flexors to really pull the legs up and in. So we're going to work that now on our bum, working some nice hollow body and Navasana drills. So we're going to take our block again. And from here, we're going to begin by slowly moving in to a half boat and placing the block in between the feet, okay? So from this position, I want you to put your arms out in front and you're going to try and draw those knees in towards your chest. We're just going to hold. Good, holding here. One more deep breath. And then we're going to begin to extend. Nice. Lift the legs up. Take hold of the block and extend. Lift. Take hold of the block. Drop. And then lift back up. And we're going to hold. Really good. Keep that low belly moving in. Keep reaching, pulling. Good. One more breath. Pull the legs in. And then extend. Reach those arms up. Whew. Release down. Lift up. Take hold of the block. And lift. One more time. Don't worry if those legs drop. Keep holding. Pull the belly in. That low belly is going to be really working right now. Keep it pulling up. Engage. Good. One more deep breath. Release the legs down. Lift. Release. And sit up. Good. Release the block. And just fold forward. Over those legs. We're going to continue with these lovely seated variations of our arm balances, okay? So from here, we're going to just place our arms behind us. We're going to take our right leg, we're going to cross it over our left, okay? So this is a nice little hip opener, moving in and prepping for your flying pigeon. So our Ekapada Galavasana, if you've never seen it, the position is this onto the floor, and then you extend this leg up and behind you, okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to hook or try and hook the toes of this right foot around our arms as we reach out in front. And from here we're going to lift and push this leg up and in, okay? We're just going to hold. So we're going to breathe into this position, really thinking about pulling the body in and pulling that leg up, working into our hip compression and active flexibility as well as our strength of our core. One more deep breath. Good. You can either place the feet down or you can try and place that left foot around, maybe keeping the feet off the floor for an additional core. And we're just going to hold here again. On the other side, really pulling that belly button in, breathing here. And then release. Good. Whew. Really nice. So that's quite tough. So yeah, that is really quite tough. But this is so important for learning the activation of this deep core when moving into these arm balances, okay? Especially if we can't constantly practice taking the weight into the hands. From here, we're now going to come and we're going to do one final seated variation of our arm balances, and this is for our Titibhasana, okay? So from here, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to place the hands down onto the floor. We're not going to put any weight into the arms, but maybe just place the fingertips down. From here, we're going to draw the knees as far in as possible. So if the knees are here, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. Just keep pulling them in as much as you can. From here, you're going to work to extend one leg, and then down. And then maybe extend the other leg, and then down. And as you do this, I want you to think about squeezing those legs in towards the arms, okay? Feel the core working, feel the hips working, feel that activation in the legs. If you're here, again, really doesn't matter. Just really concentrate on that deep core and hip flexor engagement. Breathing and extending, working out here. If this is nice and easy, you can begin to maybe extend the both legs. Holding here. And breathing. Really nice. A couple more times. And then release. Shaking the legs out. Maybe just giving a little massage into those hip flexors. That have been working really hard for us. Really good. So we're now going to just finish by taking a few variations of arm balances without actually using our wrists. So we're going to be taking some baby variations on our forearms. Now if you have got a shoulder injury or anything which prevents you from putting any weight into the arms, you can skip this part of the video, okay? But if you are just resting the wrists, or you can put weight down through your forearms, let's do it. So we're going to come into our hands and knees. From here, we're going to start by working on our baby crow, our baby Bakasana. So we're going to start by placing the forearms down and onto the floor, okay? So I want you to take your forearms about shoulder width distance. From here, we're going to rock forward and tuck the toes, lifting the knees off the floor. Okay, so you can see I'm almost in a little bit of a crouched position. From this position, I want you to think about pushing away from the floor, okay? So you're not allowing your scapulars to retract or the chest to sink down. You're really pushing and engaging. We're just gonna lift and we're gonna hold for a few breaths in this position, just to get you used to really taking some weight into the shoulders, okay? We're gonna breathe in and out. Good. Breathe in and out. One more time, breathe in, keep the belly moving in. On your next exhale, we're going to take the one knee and we're just going to place it onto the tricep and step it back. And we're going to do the same with the left. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Moving through this, drawing the knee into the arm and back. A couple more times. And release. Nice. So that's the first step, okay? From there, we're now going to look to place one knee onto the arm, and then to follow with placing the other knee onto the tricep of the opposite arm, okay? So if that was a struggle and you could really feel it in your core, maybe stay with that for a few times while you're practicing this. Get used to really shifting the weight forward and back with the shoulders without completely collapsing in the chest, okay? If you did feel secure with that, place the forearms back down, tuck the toes, lift the bum, and we're gonna move that right arm forward, really press down, push away from the floor, and then draw that left leg up and in. If you want, you can place the feet down, lift, and then lift the feet off. You can see here, my face is not attached to the floor. I'm lifting away, pushing up, and engaging. Okay? So that is your baby crow. If you'd like a slightly trickier or more advanced variation of that pose, you can try it without having your arms out in front. So this means you would grab hold of your elbows like this. What this does is it really means you have to engage through the belly, pull up through the core, and use your abdominals to balance yourself rather than lean forward and rely on your arms. So we're going to take one more round. I'm going to show you the bound variation of this pose, and you can practice any of the other preps that we've done, whether it's just the stepping the knee on and off, or whether it's taking the full baby Bakasana, okay? So from here, getting into that position, tucking up through the belly, lifting the bum, and then rocking forward, placing that right leg on, taking that left leg on, and maybe holding here. So squeeze those feet or the heels up into the bum, squeeze through the shoulders, and then release down. Really nice. So that is much more challenging in the shoulders because you have to really brace and push away from the floor. If you collapse, you'll just fall forward. Amazing. We're now going to take our baby firefly or Titibhasana. So this is exactly the same pose. This has a lot more to do with mobility or flexibility and core than arm strength. But it is a great way to practice your Titibhasana and that lift and squeeze of the legs without having to worry about balancing on your hands. So from here, we're going to come down onto our bum. So this is actually, I find this slightly more challenging than the traditional Titibhasana because you can't cheat with the flexibility. With our regular Titibhasana, if you can't get the legs as high off the floor, you can rely a lot more on your arm and shoulder strength. With this, it's all about core, all about squeezing the legs and lifting away from the ground, okay? So if you haven't got that push down and engagement through the low belly, as well as the mobility to get the arms up and over the triceps, you may struggle with this. So for those that have mobility issues, I want you to just work to bend the knees like so and just begin to fold forward and hold here. So this is the first stage, is just working the forearms down and onto the ground. Okay, so you may be here. You may not even be able to do this. You may be here, and that is fine. But we're going to gradually work your mobility down to get your forearms onto the floor. Okay? From here, if you can comfortably get your forearms down, we're going to begin to work the shoulders in and under the legs. Okay, so it's as if we're almost going towards our full tortoise. But instead of spreading out those arms, we're going to place the forearms down around shoulder width distance. And from here, we're going to begin to extend the legs out towards the side. Okay? As you do, begin to lean your weight forward, lift the legs off the floor, and lift that bum. And we're going to hold for 5. Keep lifting the legs, engage through the quads, through the feet. Pull the low belly up and down. Really good. So that is our baby Titibhasana, okay? It's a really tricky pose. It requires a lot of core strength as well as mobility. But it's an amazing prep, if you can, towards your full pose. I hope you enjoyed. Please check out my other arm balancing videos, which I will be releasing, breaking down the full poses of Firefly, Bakasana, Crow Pose, Side Crow, and Titibhasana. Thank you so much.